the traffic, and we talk about the cargo company that Omni is part of, just look at the traffic patterns all over the United States. The key is when you start to get down here to Brownsville, the border, et cetera, notice where they go. They're going into the interior. So they're being nice, picking some folks up that made the walk. Get down into Central America, South America, you'll just see a very, very active, has been since Swift Air lost the contract and went bankrupt. You see it in and out of Haiti, all right? And I just showed you a couple sit reps ago that we had 20,000 Haitians pushed into Ohio and then into Europe, in and out of Iceland. This is, again, they serve many masters. This isn't just Omni, it's several other, but Omni is a big piece of this, okay? And then into the Middle East. Why? Because they're picking up illegals and they're flying them back to our country, okay? The others all mix into the conglomerate, but just note the amount of flights, right? Most of their charter, most of their business is DoD related, but it's also Homeland Security and immigration, et cetera. I think they're bringing a lot of them out to Hawaii, but notice the flights in and out again, out of Central America, okay, down into South America, in and out of Haiti, okay. Look how thick the traces are, right? That's a lot of flights. This is 3 days worth of flights, folks, 3 days. Now, yes, they serve many masters, so some of this will be indeed tied to soldier or troop movement, but there's a lot of immigrant stuff in here too. Now, this piece, when we get over here to the Europe, notice Spain's pretty active. Italy's very active. This is moving troops in. This one right here down to Istanbul, that location will become very critical when it comes to us fighting with Russia, because they'll shut down that pinch point and all the flow of goods to southern Russia through the Black Sea. It will be done. And then, of course, you can see some really odd broken traces coming out of Malaysia.
What you're doing, though, in January of this year, you rolled out a new phone app called CBP One, an app for a cell phone. I've got a picture of it behind me here. This phone app allows, and I'm going to quote from your own fact sheet, it allows, and I quote, non-citizens without appropriate documents for admission to schedule an appointment to come to the border. They can now go on their phone and schedule a time to come to the border and then be admitted. And you identified 7 separate border points of entry where they could come. 5 of them in Texas, 2 of them in California, 1 in Arizona. It's like a concierge service for illegal immigrants. My question is, you didn't think the border crisis was bad enough that now we're going to have an app that allows illegals to schedule their appointments and come and be admitted to this country? Let's talk about what you're doing, though.
Releasing a scathing new report. What's it revealing? Well, that nearly 100 illegal immigrants on the terror watch list have been released into U.S. communities. Well, News Nation's Jorge Ventura is here with more on these alarming findings. So, Jorge, what are the key concerns outlined in this report?
So, Anna, this new report is highlighting a major national security concern right here on the southern border. We are learning that under the Biden and Harris administration, that Border Patrol agents encountered at least 375 illegal migrants on the terror watch list right on the southern border. But what's more shocking is at least 99 of these individuals were actually released into American communities given future court dates. Additionally, 34 of those individuals are in DHS custody but haven't been removed from the U.S. yet. These individuals come from at least 36 countries, including Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria, places with active terrorist activities. A major concern for federal officials is the CBP One app, which does allow these individuals to scale asylum interviews on the southern border and are allowed through legal ports of entry. At least 3 Tajik nationals with potential ISIS ties use this app to schedule appointments and were released inside the United States. We are learning that so far this fiscal year alone, Border Patrol agents have encountered at least tens of thousands of illegal migrants from countries posing national security risks. This includes at least 2,000 Afghan nationals, 33,000 Chinese nationals, 551 Iranian nationals, 520 Syrian nationals, and 3,000 Uzbek nationals. When it comes to that CBP1 app, we are hearing that the Trump administration, if elected in November, wants to put an end to the application. As of right now, Anna, that CBP1 app is processing around 1,500 migrants per day through legal ports of entry and are given future court dates. But this, according to this report, we are now highlighting that individuals with terrorist ties are now being released into U.S. communities, Anna.
Not what people want to hear on a
Biden administration immigration policy is carried out. Fox News obtained Department of Homeland Security documents that break down the asylum seekers parole program. The program allows up to 30,000 asylum seekers every month to be flown to the U.S. from 4 countries: Venezuela, Nicaragua, Haiti, and Cuba. Fox's Bill Malugin reports.
For the very first time, internal DHS data reveals the U.S. cities that hundreds of thousands of Cuban, Haitian, Nicaraguan, and Venezuelan migrants have flown into via a controversial mass parole program created by the Biden administration. The DHS data was obtained via subpoena by the House Homeland Security Committee, which provided it exclusively to Fox News. The data reveals that from January through August 2023, about 200,000 migrants flew into the U.S. via the Biden parole program. This is a breakdown of the top 15 U.S. cities those migrants flew into and how many arrived. The destinations include multiple cities in Florida, New York City, Los Angeles, Dallas and Houston, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Chicago, and Las Vegas. More than 161,000 migrants flew into 4 of Florida's major airports in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, and Tampa Bay. That means Florida received 80% of all the migrant flights during those 8 months. In a statement to Fox News, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' office reacted, saying, quote, "Biden's parole program is unlawful and constitutes an abuse of constitutional authority. Florida is currently suing Biden to shut it down, and we believe that we will prevail." House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Green claims the migrants on these flights have no legal basis to be in the U.S.
The laws passed by the Congress have said these people are inadmissible, and so they've created a program to try to get around those laws. By their own admission, they're breaking the law.
Bill Malugin, Fox News.